Hello everybody, I hope you're well. So finally I've got around to doing another making of Veins video. I've got two left to do. So I've got Once, which I'm going to do today, and then I've got the title track and the album track, Veins as well, which I'll do on another date. So Once, so that was recorded, it was one of the last songs to be recorded for the album back in late 2016. And when I went into the studio, I wasn't actually intending to record that song. I had something else planned, but I'd spent the night working on something else, and last minute I just decided, yeah, I really like this, I want to do this instead. So again, it was recorded with Russ Hayes in Orange Sound Studios in Penmawd in North Wales. On this album, I'm quite proud of this one. I play everything on the track. So everything that you hear, I've played, which I'm quite proud about. It's about so if you listen to it, there isn't really a chorus as such, but there's 3 verses and a bridge, and it kind of talks about the different stages of a relationship. Again, which always seems to be what my whole album's about. So like the first verse is about so saying like, I'm not afraid of the dark, so go ahead and give back my heart, because it's like no, I'll be fine, you know, you can give it back to me if you want, I'll sort myself out. And then as we move on and progress through the song, the second verse is about almost like the anger that happens then. So it's like I say that yes, I know it's unfair, and you know there's not much I can do about it, but you know, recognising that it's unfair. And then for the bridge, that kind of has recognises that it's hard for both parties as well, because I say it goes into the pour your heart out, pour all your heartache, and then like God knows it's not easy for me. Even though I might have been the person who instigated it or started it still doesn't make it easy. So then that's kind of what that's about. And then by the third verse, it has like a bit of some tractor or something going on. By the third verse, there's like it's almost like a little bit of acknowledgement that you've started to move on a bit. So it's like I say a thing about how it's no divine intervention, but she just had to kiss me once, talking about somebody else, like the next person. But then at the end, I quite like how it keeps going, she just has to kiss me once, she just had to do that, and then I kind of moved on. But the very last line of the song says, just like you did once. So you're still hanging on to that fact that, well, once it was you who's that next person, or not necessarily next person, it was you that made me feel like that. Maybe you still think about that. Just like you did once. Interesting thing about this track, which is completely unintentional, and I'm not saying I'm religious at all, but there's a lot of religious references in it that are kind of what's it called? Not disputed, but kind of like I was blind and now I see that even your heaven couldn't rescue me. But the idea was, I was blind to the fact that I wasn't in the best relationship, or maybe wasn't being treated right, but now I can see that even your heaven couldn't rescue me. So even though you're in somebody's head, that that's the person who is like heaven, but it can't rescue me because maybe it's not the heaven that I wanted. And I reference it quite a bit in the song, completely unintentionally, but I'm quite happy with it. It's not particularly religious references, but did kind of reference it. So listen to it again with that kind of in mind and see what you think. So anyway, that's Once. Any questions about it, feel free to put in the comments and stuff, but I'm quite glad I've done this video now. I've only got one left to do, so I'll be doing Veins very soon. But thank you very much for listening, and thanks very much for your comments about these videos as well. It's quite nice to get it out there as well. And kind of put a stamp on these songs. But yeah, anyway, thanks for all your support, and hopefully I'll see you at a gig soon. So thank you very much. Take care. Bye.